All right, here we are. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. First thing, yeah, I wanted to. I was really, really very gratified by the uh, sort of just nice, good feedback, good, solid feedback from the little discussion. Hey, John, good evening. Hopefully, you're hearing me all right. Really, really gratified by the really just very positive comments. And I'm glad that nobody, I mean, everybody seems to understand that I wasn't out to slam Stratomatic baseball or anything like that. That was not the idea, at least Strat in terms of a game engine. Um, yeah, loud and clear, John hears me good. Um, so, I just want to reiterate that, if you're happy playing that game, and guys play it really well. I mentioned Sports Time Machine immediately comes to mind is to me he's one of the Strat gods. Playing, and he usually plays Strat cards and dice, but he also plays the Strat PC game, and he likes it. And so there's nothing wrong. And so I think everybody got that message, but I just wanted to reiterate that it really really wasn't about you know for people, if you play Strat PC you suck or something. No, it's nothing. It's not like that. Um, I do think that as the comments though were very, very, very good, very well reasoned indeed. So thanks, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. And that being said, I'll just do a little bit of baseball here. Thought we'd return to action PC baseball since it's been a while. Um, this is the just all-time great franchises. This was yeah. So I like to kind of mess around with these things, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's do that. So I will remind you that since I'm back on OBS Studio, we're just gonna be using StreamYard for nights that we have chin wags and stuff like that, so that way I can get people on. But otherwise, be kind of just doing this for baseball games in general. So, I think there was one here I wanted to save, or a couple I wanted to save. Yeah. So I think we're going to do tonight. Why not? Since we don't get to do a lot of Nolan Ryan, how about let's do the Toronto Blue Jays against the Anaheim Angels, or LA, whatever you want to call them. Dave Steve versus Nolan Ryan. So let's just jump into it. Hopefully everybody is doing well. And again, thank you very much for just the great comments. For the great comments. There was even somebody that commented, which I think is true. That some people want to stay in that sort of, they don't want to stray too far from their game, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. I really really do. And I hope, if anything, this tiny little community here that we have, that maybe somebody from Strat might hear about the little video that I did and understand that it's not meant to knock them as a company or anything like that, but that it is time to not only update your game, but really think about your pricing structure. Because I think a lot of the people that play Strat PC baseball are very, very loyal to Stratomatic, and they should. I mean, the game's been around since 1961. It's an excellent game engine. I'm really thinking later on in the year of jumping back into Baseball Max. So my dislike, it's not a dislike, it's the PC game is just problematic, I think, to say the best, or to say the least. I think it's problematic. I think the pricing is ridiculous, and I'm hoping that maybe Strat will kind of reconsider some things and maybe look at what, if they want to be in the digital arena outside of Baseball Max, to see what other folks are doing. Now that said, when I do get back into Baseball Max, which while I do like it, I still find some things there that I think could be kind of tinkered about with a little bit. I noticed they're back to doing the $10 a month promotion right now, which kind of tells me that maybe they ought to just stick with that. It's a little bit more reasonable. Again, For that, you would be paying twice as much as you would for out of the park baseball, but you have everything. But there's a lot I like about StratMax, and I hope to get back into it maybe by the summer. So, thank you, John. John saying, and this is a lot. This means a lot. You know, John is a Strat player. He's a Strat PC or Strat Cars and Dice guy, hardcore Strat guy, and that means a lot coming from John. And knowing that I'm not out to like beat up on Strat, that was never my intention. And I think pretty much everybody got that. Chris Slovic is with us. He said, "Hey, Beatles started his experiment last night in the channel. Now I got to see what it is." John says you play Strat PC, but don't buy any more seasons already around 35. And you know what, John? That probably that's going to give you enough to play for ages and ages and ages. We all know how long just one season replay goes. So, guys, Chris saying here that he started a new experiment on the channel. So you definitely want to check that out. I don't know what it is. I'll be looking for it. Definitely be looking for it. So, and John plays cards and dice every now and then. Out of the park baseball, of course, as everybody knows, is out. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so very much. Again, there's so many things available for it already right out of the box. Mike Silva, day after release, got his ballparks up there. There's also a collection of Jazz Age parks, 19th century parks done by A.S. Rivkin. There's another one, the Flying Canucks ballparks around the world. Mike Silva's uniform mod up for it. Hopefully, I haven't looked tonight on Steam to see, but hopefully Mike Garland will be getting his stuff up there as well. And Spaceball Heaven. April 14th is the release of Digital Diamond version 13. And so, as usual, Mark has been teasing some things, what's coming out in the new edition, which the main thing I'm excited for again is the Status Pro baseball full integration as its own engine. So you're going to get 2 baseball games for the price of 1. What a bargain. Holy moly, right? What a bargain. So, and I think what makes that nice is not only so now you have a board game companion, which is pretty much system agnostic. You have to know some of the syntax, that might be for a specific game. But I think what else is super cool about it now is, let's say you play, you're like me, and you like Status Pro baseball is your favorite cards and dice game, and you decide you want to play Status Pro. Well, before the rest of for every other team that you're not playing, that would have had to have been done in the Digital Diamond engine, or you'd have to find some other way to do it. This way, now, every team will be playing Status Pro Baseball, which I think is super cool. And I'm hoping maybe that Mark Cohen at some point, since APBA never protected its game the way that Stratomatic did, that maybe at some point we might see an APBA clone put in there. Games like National Pastime, Next Generation Plus, whatever. Or I don't know what deal Mark can work out. So good stuff. Still waiting for some updates on Pocket Pennant Run. They said this past weekend, should be within a week or so. So once that new one is up, I have seen screenshots of it, and Paul Fay has promised to send me. I can't show you on stream, but a development build of it. But the pictures I've seen, I think it's super cool now that the dice from about 6 different games are hard-coded cards and dice games. So you cards and dice guys are going to really like that. And there's some cosmetic upgrades too that I'm looking forward to. So Chris says, "Can you name it after me?" Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know how to answer that one, Chris. You're an evil dude. So you want to make something someone at work could tune into and have in the background. Awesome. Man, that's one of the reasons why I will occasionally do an Ernie Harwell game like on a Monday afternoon, because I know guys are at work, or I don't know, cutting the lawn, or whatever their honeydew list is from their wife or girlfriend or partner, whatever you want to call it. And that's why I like to do those games, something to listen to. But curious what Chris is going to do, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. And he did his first broadcast last night. So I'll check after this. All right, so 2 teams here. We're going to have Toronto versus, we're just going to call them the Los Angeles Angels for lack of a better term, because I don't feel like getting too picky. All right, so let me see here. Da, 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 da. Let's go. Let's do a computer lineup versus righty. And then, there we go. Nolan Ryan versus Dave Stieb. Let's go. Christy's going to do 109 more plus playoffs. Oh, man. He says more of an anti-fun and wild but enjoyable. Okay, we can take anti-fun. It's all good. All right, welcome in, folks. And here we go. Welcome to opening day here at Angel Stadium, where it's Toronto against LA. Dave Stieb takes the mound for Toronto, and he'll be opposed by Nolan Ryan. 63 degrees, and it is raining here in Anaheim. And the man in blue says, all right, let's look at the starting defense here first for the Angels. I think the first time I've ever done the Angels um, on this channel. So let's check it out. In left field, we have Brian Downing. In center, Garrett Anderson. Over in right field, Tim Salmon, Mr. Angel. There he is. At first base, Wally Joyner. At second, Bobby Grich. At short, Jim Fregosi. And at third base, Troy Glaus. Behind the plate is Bob Boone. And the Ryan Express gearing it up. All right, leading it off here for Toronto is Tony Fernandez. And we are underway. 0-2 pitch on the way. Ryan lets it go to Fernandez against soft rain falling. And how about this? This one just nipping Fernandez. So Nolan Ryan starts it out with a hit batsman. All right. Here's Damaso Garcia now. Runner on. Fernandez, expect him to steal a few bases as the season goes on. Ryan deals 1-1 pitch, and this one punched up the middle. Fregosi is going to go to Joyner. So not going to try for the double play. So Fernandez gets into scoring position on the unintentional sacrifice. Brings up Carlos Delgado now, first baseman for Toronto. Ryan peers in, has the sign from Boone. And that was a fastball, by the way, last pitch. Full count. Oh, and this one down and away. And Nolan Ryan gives up the walk. So most strikeouts, most walks. So this is Nolan Ryan. Cousin Ken Castro says, look at this crew of malcontents. How about it? John DFW says, there is nothing like seeing Dave Stieb pitch a one-hitter. All right, here's Devon White now. Switch hitter batting lefty against the Ryan Express. 2 on, 1 away here, just underway in Anaheim. 3-1 pitch. And this one, a shot out to right field. Back on it is Tim Salmon. He will make the catch, and the runners will hold. So 2 down here now. And it brings up George Bell. George Bell, one hell of a player. How about it? So just for giggles here in this file, George Bell with a 285 average, 32 home runs, 103 runs batted in for him. And the other part of that 1-2 punch waits on deck, Jesse Barfield. All right, the Ryan Express ready to fire it in. 2-1 pitch. George Bell, this one a tapper to short. Fregosi bobbles the ball. Ooh, this could be costly now. Toronto has them loaded, and here is Jesse Barfield. So score that one in E6 on Fregosi. Just kind of booted the ball. What can you say? Well, the other part of this 1-2 punch here, 26 home runs, 73 runs batted in for the right fielder, Jesse Barfield. All right, in the box, and the bases are sold out. Fernandez at third, Delgado at second, and George Bell at first. I'm so used to dead ball, guys, excuse me. 1-2 pitch on the way, and Jesse Barfield strikes out with the bases loaded and a big old cheer going up around the faithful here in rainy Anaheim. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played a half inning, Toronto nothing, and Anaheim coming to bat. Now let's look at the starting defense here for the Toronto Blue Jays, all-time great franchise. In left field, George Bell. In center, Devon White. And in right field, Jesse Barfield. At first base, Carlos Delgado. At second, Damaso Garcia. At short, Alfredo Griffin. At the hot corner, Tony Fernandez. Catching is Ernie Witt. And here is Dave Stieb. There he is. Give you a good picture of Dave Stieb. All right, guys. Here we go. A little bit of Tuesday Night Baseball. Jim Fregosi leads things off here. And Stieb has the sign from Ernie Witt. The 0-1 pitch. Fregosi swings. This one driven deep to left, but short of the track. George Bell will track it down for out number 1. All right, here's the catcher, Bob Boone. Witt with the sign. Stieb with the 1-2 delivery. And line drive base hit into left center. Devon White up with it, gets it into Griffin quickly. So Boone aboard now, and here comes Garrett Anderson. All right, so opening night here in Anaheim. 1-2 pitch on the way. Anderson ropes this one up the middle, base hit, and making the turn at second and getting to third easily will be Bob Boone. So runners at the corners for Anaheim, and here comes Tim Salmon, much beloved of the Angels franchise. 28 homers for him in this file, 97 runs batted in. Anderson at first, not known as a speed merchant, and certainly not Bob Boone at all either. Stieb from the stretch, 1-1 pitch, and a little sinking liner out to center, tagging at third, coming home. The tag by Witt is not in time as the throw goes offline up the first base or third base line, and Anaheim draws first blood. It is 1-0 on the play. Garrett Anderson moves into scoring position. Here's Bobby Grich now, batting with 2 down. And the 3-0 pitch, Stieb loses him, so here we go. 2 on. Brings up Wally Joyner. There's a name you haven't heard in a while. First baseman for Anaheim. Lefty digging into the box here. Stieb's 2-1 delivery. Joyner taps this in front of the plate. So the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joyner cuts on this one, and little base hit over first, and Anderson will come in to score. Grich moves to third on the play. RBI for Wally Joyner, and Anaheim out to, or LA, whatever you want to call them. The Angels out to a 2-0 lead here. So some modern baseball here again on the Beatles Eternally channel. Don't fret, Cousin Ken. Now that everything is in place for Out of the Park 26, we got to start rocking. And by the way, it is now officially baseball season. So the Dodgers defeating the Cubs last night. So there we go, or this morning, however you want to look at it. It was far, far away from us. All right, here is Brian Downing now. Stieb works out of the stretch, 2 down, looking to stop the bleeding here. 2-1 pitch to Downing. Downing swings this one up the middle. Garcia making a nice barehanded stab and fires on to Delgado for out number 3. But the Angels pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. 1 in the books here in Anaheim. And it's the Angels 2 and the Blue Jays nothing. Ernie Witt will lead things off here. Griffin waits on deck. Ryan DeDeal, 2-0 pitch. And this one lined hard into right field, and Salmon playing it on the hop. So Ernie Witt picks up the first base hit for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's Alfredo Griffin. Checking Witt over there at first. Again, not a big threat to steal. Ryan brings home the 1-0 pitch. Griffin swings, routine fly ball to right. Salmon ranges to his right and gloves it for out number 1. Ernie Witt gets back to first, and here comes Dave Stieb. So again, no DH in this league. 0-1 pitch, and Stieb taps this one foul, third base side. Count 0-2, Ryan deals. And the throw down, Ernie Witt trying to steal. No, yes it was. It was a strike him out, throw him out. How about it? So Witt trying to go for second, and no dice. So that is it. Inning ending, twin killing. We go to the bottom of the second, and it's 2-0 Angels. Greetings, Tony M. How you doing? And yeah, I just felt, you know what? So Sean, I just said yup, because I couldn't think of anything pithy. Pithy is today's word, by the way, to say. So there you go. Pithy, Pithy. Good word, good word. All right, where are we here? We got Troy Glaus here, waiting on deck. Nolan Ryan, the back of the top of the order, and Jim Fregosi. All right. And Steve winds and delivers 3-1 pitch, and he loses Troy Glaus. So here we go. Dave Stieb issuing his second free pass of the game. And here comes Nolan Ryan, and obviously they're going to try to bunt Glaus over. Delgado cheating in at first, and Fernandez at third. Steve deals, throws over, and Troy Glaus back. Steve checks the runner, comes home with it, and Nolan Ryan does get the bunt down. It's a good one, and sacrifice successful. Troy Glaus moves into scoring position. Back at the top of the order now for the shortstop, Jim Fregosi. Fly to deep left back in the first. Ernie Wood trying to steal. I guess the Jays don't really want to win this game, says Sean. All right, Steve deals. Here is the 0-1. Fregosi, soft little liner to Garcia, and Glaus gets back in plenty of time. So avoids getting doubled off. So two down. And here is the catcher, Bob Boone. Bob Boone had a single back in the first. Steve deals. 2-1 pitch now. Cut on by Boone. Long fly ball to left. And this one just going foul. All right, Bob Boone back in the box. Gave it a ride there that time. 2-2 the count. Boone straightens it out, and Garcia to his right fires onto Delgado for the 4-3 putout. And nothing across for Toronto, or for Los Angeles, as you say. We go to the top of the third inning, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Angels. All right, we're back at the top of the order for the Blue Jays, and Tony Fernandez, who was hit by a pitch. So Nolan Ryan, an interesting start. First pitch of the season, and he nails Tony Fernandez. 2-2 pitch. And that time, strike three called, and Nolan Ryan bringing just some good old-fashioned leaded gas on that pitch. Third strikeout of the game for the Ryan Express brings up Damaso Garcia. Garcia grounded to short last time up. Nolan Ryan wheels and deals. 2-0 pitch. And this one, a gapper into the right field alley, and Damaso Garcia has himself a one-out double. First double of the year for him. All right, here's Carlos Delgado now, a chance to tie this game up. Delgado last time with a walk. So Delgado definitely popping that bat in this file. 43 home runs. All right, the lefty waits for the Ryan delivery, and it's on its way. 2-0 pitch. Delgado cuts on this one, and this one's going to be a base hit into right, and they're going to hold Damaso Garcia at third. Interesting choice. Salmon up with the ball, gets it in quickly. So runners at the corners now for the Blue Jays, and here comes Devon White. So center fielder flied out, deep fly out last time up. Ryan out of the stretch, throws over. Delgado is safe. So looking at Delgado, not really a threat to steal, at least on this file. So Nolan Ryan just trying to keep everybody a little bit honest. 1-0 pitch on the way to Devon White, and he swings. Grounder to Grich. Grich to Fregosi, but they're not going to turn two. Garcia will come in to score, and the Blue Jays have cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1. All right, so good to see everybody in here tonight and hanging out for a little bit of baseball. All right, here's George Bell. So he was safe on an error back in the first, so there's been one error in this game. Nolan Ryan lets it go. 2-1 pitch, cut on. Slow roller. Glaus takes the bounce and holds on to the ball. Second error for the Angels in this game. So score that one E5 at home, and 2 on, 2 down. Devon White at second, and George Bell at first. And here's Jesse Barfield. Barfield last time Cade against Mr. Ryan. Full count, and he gets him. Swing and a miss. Nolan Ryan not playing, bringing the fastball when he needs it. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and the Angels lead the Blue Jays 2-1 in this franchise greats, part of an old part of the baseball history collection. All right, we have the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Angels: Anderson, Salmon, and Grich. Garrett Anderson 1 for 1 in the game. singled back in the first inning. Dave Stieb, thus far, has walked 2 and given up 3 hits. Has yet to strike out a batter. 2-1 pitch on the way. Anderson swings. This one, little room service bounce to Carlos Delgado. He will run it to first base, 3 unassisted. 1 away now for Tim Salmon. Salmon had an RBI that scored Bob Boone back in the first. Steve delivers, 3-1 pitch, and this one missing low and inside, so Tim Salmon will take a walk. Dave Stieb has now given a free pass to 3 Angels hitters, and here comes Bobby Grich. Grich walked back in the first. All right, Ernie Witt trying to get Dave Stieb calmed down a little bit. And here is the full count. And it seemed to work. So Bobby Grich looking at a changeup at the belt for strike 3. So Steve finally K's his first batter. 2 down for Wally Joyner, 1 for 1 in the game. Joyner with an RBI that scored Garrett Anderson back in the first, giving the Angels the 2-0 lead at the time. Tim Salmon on at first. Dave Stieb, 1-2 pitch to Wally Joyner. Wally Joyner cuts on this one. Bouncer to first. Fernandez had trouble getting the ball out of the glove, and Wally Joyner is safe at first, and they're going to give Joyner the hit. All right, so 2 Angels on, 2 down now for Brian Downing, who grounded to second back in the first inning. Ernie Witt goes through the signs. Steve has one he likes. Check of the runners. Comes home with an 0-1 pitch. And Downing swings, lofted to left. George Bell backpedals about 5 steps, and he will make the catch to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the top of the 4th inning, and the Angels lead the Blue Jays 2-1. I also see that RJO Network is in the final week of his 1983 replay on Inside Pitch Baseball. And a lot of you more here now. So Chris Slovic has a new experiment going up on his channel. Subscribe to that channel. Check out what madness Mr. Slovic is up to. Legend Sports Universe, he says, evening Beatles and chatty types. Things moving along like wonderfully over there at the Legend Sports Universe and Franchise Stars Baseball League. He has some boxing going on, guys. So get your B&B on, man. Get your B&B at LSU. Good to see you, Legends. All right, Ernie Witt here will lead things off. So Ernie Witt singled and then inexplicably thought of himself as Ricky Henderson, and it was a strike him out, throw him out as he was caught stealing. All right, Nolan Ryan, 4 strikeouts plus 1 free pass in the game. 2-1 pitch, and this one, little nubber to first. Wally Joyner will saunter over to first without saying anything pithy, and he will do that one 3 unassisted. Here is Alfredo Griffin, fly to right center back in the second. Lefty digs in. A light rain continuing to fall here in Anaheim. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Griffin, that one, a nice change up there by Nolan Ryan for strikeout number 5. So 2 away. And that will bring up Dave Stieb. So Stieb struck out. And that's when Ernie Witt was caught stealing. That was kind of funny. 0-2 pitch, and Dave Stieb swings. This one grounded to short. Fregosi to his right makes the peg onto Wally Joyner, and that'll sit him down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 4th inning. The Angels 2 and the Blue Jays 1. So Legend says, moving along after tonight's stream earlier, 5 streams left before the rookie draft for year 4, and I'm guessing probably no Honus Wagner yet for the Pirates. Makes me wonder. I don't know. All right. Let's bring up that crowd a little bit. There we go. All right. Troy Glaus, Nolan Ryan, and Jim Fregosi do up for the Angels here. 2-1 game. Good ball game so far. So the line for the Angels thus far, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on. For Toronto, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 5 runners stranded out there in the pond. We shall see. Oh, my God, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Looking for Honus Wagner. Looking for Honus Wagner. Need the big man up there. Yes, we do. All right, here we go. So Troy Glaus walked back in the second. If I said it before, now you get your money's worth twice. 1-2 pitch on the way. Glaus cuts and misses. Ernie Whitt drops the ball, but he's able to tag Glaus for out number 1. All right, here is the Ryan Express. So sacrifice last time. 2-2 pitch on the way. And Nolan Ryan swinging at the hammer. And strike 3. Dave Stieb issues his third K of the game. Back at the top of the order now for shortstop Fregosi. So Fregosi is flown out and lined to second. All right, Stieb shaking off Ernie Whitt, has a sign he likes, and he winds in the 0-1 pitch. Fregosi bunts this one foul, third base side. Count, no balls, 2 strikes. Stieb delivers. Fregosi swings, straightens it out, but straightens it right to Alfredo Griffin at short. Fires on to Carlos Delgado. 6-3 put out. That's all she wrote. No runs, no hits, no errors. 4 in the books here at Anaheim. 2-1. Angels over the Blue Jays. A little American League action here. Tony Fernandez now back at the top of the order for the Blue Jays. Fernandez, Garcia, and Delgado. All right, so for Tony Fernandez, he was hit by a pitch and he struck out in this game. Full count, and Nolan Ryan loses him. Fastball, missing away. So Nolan Ryan, second walk issued to accompany his 5 strikeouts. So it's Nolan Ryan being Nolan Ryan, I suppose. So Legend says he's going to try to get out of it. Listen to this. Listen to this horse hockey. He says, I don't do the draft until the date. So I found out about a day or two before everyone else, just however long it takes me to put the video together. Yeah, so see, you'll be holding arcane knowledge, and you're going to come into, whether it's a broadcast here, or our Red Sox fan, or wherever you go to cause trouble, Mr. Sports Universe, and you're going to know whether Honus Wagner is going to be in the rookie draft for year 4, and I won't. So there you go. There you go. Excuses, excuses. I'm telling you what. Some people's kids, I don't know what they get up to these days. I really, really don't. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. Anyhow, there we go. All right. Damaso Garcia now steps in against Ryan. And Garcia 1 for 2. Last time he doubled. All right. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's the pill on the way. And this one, Tap Joyner will play it on to first to Nolan Ryan covering. So score that one 3-1. And on the play, Tony Fernandez moves into scoring position. Tying run out there at second. Potential tying run for Carlos Delgado now, who's 1 for 1. So he's been on base twice. He's walked and singled. All right, Bob Boone ready to receive. And full count on Delgado. And they're going to intentionally walk Delgado to get to Devon White. So 2 on for Toronto now, and Devon White in this game forced Delgado at second, and on the play, Garcia able to score. That lone Blue Jays run back in the third. Nolan Ryan, full count, and Nolan Ryan walks him. Bases loaded, and when Nolan Ryan has had him loaded before in this game, then he came back with the gas and struck him out. Let's see what he does against the dangerous George Bell. George Bell, nothing for 2 in the game. Was safe on an error back in the third. Ryan, nowhere to put him. 2-2 pitch. There you go. Nolan Ryan coming with a strikeout and bases loaded. 90 miles an hour on the gun there for Nolan Ryan. So maybe off speed. I don't know. 6th strikeout for Nolan Ryan. Here comes Jesse Barfield. Nolan Ryan not out of the woods yet. Tony Fernandez parked at the hot corner. Delgado at the Keystone sack. And Devon White, we needed a good name for first base. The point of entry, I don't know, that sounds a bit Ken Castro to me. So, and Legend's answer to my tirade is, ha. He's definitely a man of few words and few syllables when it comes to rejoinders. But that being said, even as sparing as his lexicon might be in that way, it is nonetheless decisive, gentlemen, decisive. And not the least bit pithy, by the way. All right, here we go. Ryan deals with the bases loaded, 1-2 pitch. Jesse Barfield strikes out. There goes Nolan Ryan, saving all the strikeouts for when he loads them up. No runs, no hits, no errors. Toronto leaves them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is still 2-1. Heck of a good ball game here, I'd say. Bob Boone to lead things off here for Anaheim. We'll see the 2-3-4 hitters. Boone, Anderson, and Salmon. So Bob Boone, last time up, grounded to second, 1 for 2 on the day, or on the night, I should say. A rather sort of clammy night here, if you will, in Anaheim. 1-1 pitch on the way, and Bob Boone, hopper to short. Griffin making a nice play on it, ranging off to his left, fires to Carlos Delgado for the 6-3 putout. All right, here's Garrett Anderson now, grounded to first last time, 1 for 2 in the game. And Steve ready to deal as soon as I press the right damn button. 0-2 pitch, and fourth strikeout by Dave Stieb. So big rip and a miss there by Garrett Anderson, and his efforts have come to naught. All right, here's Tim Salmon now. Salmon had himself an RBI back in the first to score Bob Boone. And Ken Castro joining in with ha ha. There we go. We'll just keep it going here. We're going to become polysyllabic here soon. Well, we already have now, 2 syllables, right? All right. 3-0 pitch, and Tim Salmon walks on 4 straight. How about that one? Dave Stieb missing low and away in that pitch. 2 down now for Bobby Grich. So the unintentional, intentional walk of Tim Salmon is Bobby Grich has walked and struck out in this game. Dave Stieb ready to deal. And Grich laces this one up in the middle. First pitch swinging. Tim Salmon turning on the afterburners, and he's going to make third as Devon White gets the throw in. And let's face it, not a cannon out there. In fact, arm-wise out there, you got Jesse Barfield, got an insane arm. And you're not going to run on Jesse Barfield anytime. But Devon White, sure, why the hell not? George Bell, okay, but not Jesse Barfield. All right, 2 down, runners at the corners, and Wally Joyner perfect today, 2 for 2, including an RBI single back in the first and an infield single his last time up. Stieb out of the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch. Wally Joyner swings, and a looper right to second, and that will retire the side. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It is still 2-1. Angels over the Blue Jays. All right. Here's Ernie Whitt to lead things off now. We're down at the bottom of the order for the Blue Jays, north of the border. Whitt, Griffin, and Stieb. So Ernie Whitt in the game, singled and grounded to first, and again was caught pilfering. Here's the pitch. Ernie Whitt swings in the first pitch. Fly ball out to center field, and Garrett Anderson lopes on over and makes the catch. Can't wait till we can play a game with Davey Lopes and have him lope somewhere as well. All right, now at the plate, Alfredo Griffin struck out back in the 4th. Nolan Ryan now with 7 strikeouts and 4 walks. Seems pretty damned accurate to me. 2-2 pitch on the way, and there's strikeout number 8. And Tony M bringing in a ha. All right, there we go. Tony M says just played the Pirates and Cardinals in his 1976 replay. Al Oliver, yes, baby. Hit for the cycle. Oh, man, you got a cycle. Way to go, man. Hit for the cycle, completing with a game-tying 2-run homer in the top of the 9th. Reggie Smith hit a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Well, still, Al, great job. All right, Reggie Smith, you kind of had to spoil it, but Al Oliver hitting for the cycle. I've only ever had 1 cycle, ever. In all the years I've been playing, like, digital, cards and dice, baseball, both. Didn't happen on this channel. It was Jimmy Fox. So, way to go, Tony M, as he says, ha. And with an exclamation point, I might add, gentlemen. The exclamation point. I am told that World's Worst Gamer is the inventor of the exclamation point. So we have a celebrity in the chat as well. How about it? All right, that was 97 on the gun, by the way, for Nolan Ryan, for those of you that care about velocity, and I know I do. Here's Dave Stieb now. Stieb has struck out and grounded out. Nolan Ryan with the 2-2 delivery, strikeout number 9. That ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th inning. And it's the Angels and Blue Jays in a tight one here, 2-1. All right, here's left fielder Brian Downing. Troy Glauswait's on deck. Nolan Ryan in the proverbial hole. I don't hear broadcasters saying that anymore, but there you go. Downing in the game is grounded out and flied to left, or flown to left. Let's be proper. 2-0 pitch on the way. Downing swings on this one. Tapper back to the mound. Steve flicks it on over to Carlos Delgado for the 1-3 putout. Steve basically took 3 steps off, so he's already off the slab, but I'd say 3 steps down toward the edge of the bump, and boom, nonchalant as can be. Troy Glaus, nothing for 1, including walk, struck out last time. 2-2 pitch. Glaus swings. This one grounded toward third. Tony Fernandez gloves it easily onto Delgado for the 5-3 putout and 2 down. And Nolan Ryan, he is nothing for 1 and a sacrifice. 1-2 pitch. And this one, just a little tapper up the third base line. No trouble for Tony Fernandez for the 5-3 putout to retire the side. We've played 6 here in Anaheim. Still 2-1. Nolan Ryan at 118 pitches. He can go a little while longer. And he's going to face the top of the order as Tony Fernandez steps in. Fernandez was hit by a pitch, struck out, and walked. So now he wants a hit off the Ryan Express. 0-2 pitch. And the lefty swings, bunted, and he gets himself a bunt single. Bob Boone hops on the ball, but Fernandez, I should make this first, as Bob Boone decides to not let loose of the horsehide. So here we go, the potential tying run at the plate now, and Damaso Garcia. Garcia with a double in this game. He is 1 for 3. Fernandez leads off first, has some speed. Ryan with a check of the runner. 2-1 pitch on the way. The throw down, and Fernandez is caught stealing. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Blue Jays try to take wing, and they get clipped. Base is empty now. Damaso Garcia digs into the box again. Nolan Ryan studies the sign from Bob Boone, but Ryan's going to throw what the hell he wants. 2-2 pitch. And Nolan Ryan walks him. 5th walk for Nolan Ryan to accompany 9 Ks. Brings up Carlos Delgado. Delgado intentionally walked back in the 5th. He is 1 for 1. Ryan throws over. Garcia dives back safely. Looks home. Here's the pitch. Pitch out. Nothing going. Damaso Garcia not biting on that little bit of chicanery. Nolan Ryan brings it home. Here is the 1-0 pitch. And Nolan Ryan walks Carlos Delgado. So the strategy for Nolan Ryan does seem to be load him up and strike him out. And looks like Toronto is going to be bringing in a pinch runner. So Joe Carter, we'll see if Joe Carter stays in the game. So Damaso Garcia is out of the game. And Joe Carter is now the pinch runner. Or Joe Carter's at first. I'm sorry. Duh. You're going to leave Garcia in there with that speed. So Joe Carter at first. And Joe Carter has some speed too. So let's see if Devon White can make something happen here. Boone out to have a quick word with Ryan. Now back behind the plate. 1-2 pitch on the way. Oh, 10th strikeout. This one getting the inside corner. Fastball by Nolan Ryan. So now he's not going to wait for the bases to be loaded, I guess. 2 down. 10 strikeouts now for Nolan Ryan to accompany his 6 walks. And here's George Bell. Dangerous bat. Nothing for 3 in the game. Full count on George Bell. And that time the fastball missing low, and Nolan Ryan loads him up. 7th walk, and Ryan's getting tired. And we're at the top of the order for the Angels, so we're going to throw this to the chat. And I'm going to have to wait for the 6-second delay. Do we want to go for take Ryan out of the game at this point? We're going to be at the top of the order, so we're not going to be sacrificing anybody. I'm going to bring up the pitcher batter analysis tool and tell you what it says. And it looks like the guy that it's suggesting, but I think a little too early, be Troy Percival. So let's look at anything except for crazy closers. So not Rodriguez or Percival yet. But just good old regular relievers. We're looking at Donnie Moore, perhaps. Looks to be a pretty good bet. Maybe Frank Tanana. He's actually a starter. So I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, so Sean says, okay, so D. Scott Howard says leave him in. Sean says bring in Troy Percival. Need one more vote. One more vote, gentlemen. Great baseball minds here tonight. And now Sean is changing. He's changing it up to Francisco Rodriguez. Shut this rally down now, he says. So he's going to bring in. So Francisco Rodriguez in this file, 33 saves, a 2.52 earned run average. All right, let's do it. We'll do it. So Nolan Ryan's day is done. The bases are loaded, and here is Jesse Barfield. These are the nice dramas that constitute this beautiful game that we love so much. Jesse Barfield is a dangerous bat and will be, but not tonight. He has been denied 3 times by the almighty K. So let's see if Mr. Rodriguez will agree with Crash Davis that K's are a bit fascist and maybe try to get this third out another way. 1-1 pitch. Barfield swings. Grounded to third. Gloss has it on the hop and fires to Bobby Grich. And 7th inning stretch time, gents. 2-1. And indeed, Aaron Reed would say, let me hear you. How about it? Hopefully you're doing well, Aaron, and you catch this after the fact or at some point. Always look forward to you. Got to think of a subject for Saturday night's baseball chinwag, guys. So if you have any ideas, please pop them in the notes or in the comments section here for something we can talk about Saturday night while we have Diamond Mine going on in the background or what have you. And, yeah. It'll be the usual later in the Saturday night evening, especially if Legends is broadcasting or premiering. I definitely want to check out a Legends game. All right, Jim Fregosi lead things off here for the Angels. Let's just look around because I always get caught by these defensive substitutions. And, indeed, Joe Carter will stay in the game to play first base. All right, Fregosi is nothing for 3. Dave Stieb, they're going to keep him in there. So Fregosi has not been on the bases at all today. 0-2 pitch on the way. Fregosi swings, and great play. Damaso Garcia, diving stop, gets the throw off to Joe Carter. So Damaso Garcia flashing the leather for the Blue Jays. All right, here's Bob Boone now. He is 1 for 3. Last time grounded to short. 2-1 pitch on the way. Boone slaps this to Joe Carter. Carter feeds it to Dave Stieb covering. Score that one 3-1. And 2 up, 2 down now for Garrett Anderson, who is 1 for 3. Struck out back in the 5th. Subject: why those Dodgers are so damn good. So D. Scott Howard happy that the Dodgers have won the first game, the official first game of the 2025 baseball season. That should bring out a lot of fun on Saturday night. So why are the Dodgers so damn good? That's suggestion number 1, guys. If that's all I get, that's what it's going to be. Now, how it turns out, that's going to be another question. That's as dangerous as asking why are the Yankees so damn good. So that could very well be, D. Scott. Can talk about the Pure Sim experience after completing one season, including the playoffs in the game. All right, that would be fun too. How much money did they pay for that win? And it starts already. It's Tuesday night. Shots fired across the bow as D. Scott Howard, who is a diehard Dodgers fan. Oh, man, here we go. We might have to have Legends come in and call a boxing match here. I'm not sure. So join us for Saturday Night Chinwag, guys, as we'll be talking about the Dodgers and Sean's experience with Pure Sim Baseball and whatever else we degenerate into it, as you know we do. All right. Steve deals to Anderson. 2-0 pitch on the way. Anderson swings. This one, Hopper to third. Easy play for Fernandez onto Joe Carter. And that retires the side. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Angels over the Blue Jays 2-1 as we speak. Ernie Whitt leading things off here. Whitt 1 for 3. Whitt last time up flew out to shallow right. Francisco Rodriguez will stay on. He's worked a third of an inning. 1-2 pitch on the way. Whitt swings, foul ball, first base side. And this will bounce up over the tarp and into the seats, spilling somebody's beverage of choice. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez deals. And Ernie Whitt, swing and... No, he looks at a called strike 3. So Rodriguez bringing the heat 1 away. All right, here's Alfredo Griffin. He has fanned twice and flown out. Time running out for Toronto. 0-1 pitch. Tries to get a bunt down and to no avail. So Boone with a quick snap down there to Wally Joyner. So a 2-3 put out there and 2 down now for Dave Stieb. And it doesn't look like the Blue Jays are going to go to their bench, but let's see. And indeed, Willie Upshaw will come in to pinch hit for the Blue Jays. Here's the pitch, 1-0 pitch, and this one, room service bounce to Troy Glaus at third. He fires across the diamond to Wally Joyner. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1, Angels over the Blue Jays, and we will have Tim Salmon, Bobby Grich, and Wally Joyner. So Tim Salmon has been given 2 free passes in this game, and on to pitch now is Dwayne Ward for the Toronto Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch on the way to Tim Salmon. Fly ball, sort of deep center field. And back on it, making the play there is Devon Way. So, Sean, I will be interested to hear your sort of experiences about Pure Sim. What you found fun, what you found wanting. All right, Bobby Grich 1 for 2 now. Singled his last time up. Dwayne Ward with a 1-2 delivery to Grich. Grich swings. This one, Hopper to short. Nice play there by Alfredo Griffin. Barehanding that and firing it on to Joe Carter. Great play number 1 for Alfredo Griffin. How about it? All right, 2 away. Wally Joyner 2 for 3. Line to second his last time up. Has an RBI in the game. Dwayne Ward's 1-2 delivery. Joyner up the middle. Griffin to his left. Fires onto Carter. And that was a quick inning. We go to the top of the 9th. And the Blue Jays down 1 run. So, gentlemen, we're going to throw this to chat. You want to leave Rodriguez in, or do you want Percival to come in and try to get the save? We'll throw this out again to the cognoscenti of the chat. That's all of you. How much money? So, all right, we're gonna stay with K-Rod as Sean wants Tony Fernandez to home run or get on base. Well, Fernandez has been on base once thus far tonight, and that was that infield single back in the 7th. All right, here we go. Rodriguez with the 0-2 pitch, and that ain't happening tonight. Fernandez out in front of that pitch, swinging a little bit too early, getting too excited. All right, 1 away for Damaso Garcia now. Garcia walked. He's 1 for 3, walked his last time up. Rodriguez looking for a save here. And pot behind the plate, and Bob Boone will watch this one get about 10 rows back. Garcia back in the box, the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch, and base hit right field. Damaso Garcia thought about second and thought better of it as Tim Salmon, with a pretty good arm out there and right, gets to the ball. All right, so potential tying run on board now for the Blue Jays as Sean retracted something there. So All right, here's Joe Carter. Joe Carter, as he steps into the plate, he's looking out at Rodriguez and he says, I'm going to imagine that you are Mitch Williams. You are the wild thing. All right, Garcia at first. Rodriguez throws over. Garcia safe. Not even close. Rodriguez just trying to keep him honest. Full count. Joe Carter. Oh, this one in the inside corner. Strike three. And it's down to Devon White. Is John Olerud on the bench? We should see. Yeah, you'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. How about that? John, oh, sorry guys. I keep forgetting to turn that off. Yeah, close. And there we go. Oh my God. So remind myself to make that go away. Thank you. Stay up here. All right, let's look at who we got here. Who we got? So you know what? Oh, I'm looking at pictures. John Olerud, not here, man. He is not here. So I guess I'm gonna have to draft him, huh? I have to put him on this team. Easy enough to do. Just can't do it tonight. So nope. Nope, and nope. All right, it's down to Devon White. Good baseball game tonight. Rodriguez throws over. Garcia back in time. Tony M says bring in Troy Percival. Oh, I can easily bring in John Olerud, just not in the game, but I'll bring him in. I definitely will. All right, let's bring in Troy Percival. Why the hell not? All right, so Rodriguez is done. Perhaps Tony M seeing a little bit of a little chink in the armor here of Troy Percival, or of Francisco Rodriguez. All right, Troy Percival has finished his couple warm-up pitches. Luckily, this has just remained just a little clammy drizzle here at Anaheim. Angels looking for an opening night win here. 1-2 pitch on the way, and White soft liner to Bobby Grich. And that's your ball game. And a good one it was. All right. So the Angels take this one from the Blue Jays. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. The Blue Jays, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. Dave Stieb tagged with a loss. He goes to 0-1. Nolan Ryan at 1-0 for the win. And no home runs and no triples. And in fact, only 1 extra base hit in this game, and that was by Damaso Garcia. All right, let's have a look at pitching here very quickly. So Dave Stieb went 7, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 4, and struck out 4. Dwayne Ward worked an inning in relief. Nolan Ryan threw 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 7, struck out 10. So there you go. That's a Nolan Ryan performance for you. K-Rod worked 2, gave up a hit and 3 strikeouts. And finally, Troy Percival picking up the save. Worked 1/3 of an inning. So there we go. And let me see highlights. So in a losing cause, all the highlights really for Toronto offensively. Damaso Garcia 2 for 4 with a double, and Carlos Delgado went 1 for 1, and he walked 3 times. And your player of the game is Nolan Ryan. Makes sense to me. All right, let's jump out of this and let's see what we can just autoplay here. And I will make a note to bring John Olerud into the league. All right, waiting. Okay, let's hit this again. All right, so what do we got here? We got Old Pete versus Leonard. So Phillies Royals, that could be a fun one. Steve Rogers, Joaquin Andujar, another nice matchup. I'm liking all these matchups. The Negro Boys doing their thing. So, but you know what? We're going to see these guys again. Let's just go ahead and autoplay. First, Philadelphia Phillies versus the Kansas City Royals. And the Phillies trounced the Royals 7-2. Alexander with the win. Leonard with the loss. And White 2 for 3 with a triple and a stolen base. Next, Washington versus St. Louis. Steve Rogers versus Joaquin Andujar. And St. Louis falls to Washington 6-3. Rogers with the win. Andujar takes the loss. Tim Wallach, 2 for 4, hits a home run and has 2 runs batted in. All right, going over to the Braves and the Reds. Negro versus Hahn. Here we go. And this one is Atlanta 7-3. Negro with the win. Noodles Hahn takes the loss. Dale Murphy goes 2 for 5, a home run and 2 runs batted in. Finally, the White Sox versus the Astros. And the Chicago White Sox take this one 5-0. Ed Walsh with the win. Negro with the loss. Luke Appling, old aches and pains himself, 2 for 5 with a triple. And because it's a 0 game, always like to look at the box scores. And this was a 5-hit shutout by Ed Walsh. All right. So Luke Appling, Robin Ventura went 1 for 3, the home run, 3 RBI. Ray Ordonez went 3 for 4. So how about it? So the White Sox doing what the 2024 White Sox could not do, win a game. Awesome stuff. All right, guys, that will do it as far as any baseball tonight in this this crazy, crazy place, this Beatles Eternally family. Let me see. Has everybody played in this? I think they have. Just wait for this stuff. There we go. So, yep, everybody has played. So now we can start sort of doing a little cherry picking. All right. Nice to see Cheesebro lost in the way. Ryan Express always owned Toronto. Good game. Guys, thank you for coming in tonight and enjoying some baseball. And again, I want to thank everybody for the really nice feedback on the Stratomatic sort of thing that I talked about, Stratomatic PC baseball, you know, and how I think it fares against other digital alternatives out there. So strictly about digital baseball. All right. So thank you to World's Worst Gamer, otherwise known as Sean. Tony M, thank you, John DFW, who says he really disliked the 93 Phillies, so they must owe him some money. Who else do we got here? Cousin Ken Castro, Legend Sports Universe. Cousin Ken Castro, of course, heart and soul of this channel and founder of the McGreevy League. Christopher Slovic, guys, he has a new experiment going on to his channel. God knows what. We're going to check that one out. John DFW, first one in the ballpark tonight. So until I see you next time, gents, as I always say, we'll see you round the batting cage, and happy baseball season 2025. All right.